Did you know that as women, our bodies operate on a complete different cycle than men? And yet, we were never taught how to work with our menstrual cycle rather than against it. I only learned about the 4 phases of the menstrual cycle last year. Imagine. And that knowledge has completely changed how I approach my health, energy, and well being. On another episode of Keeping Up with Queen T. So let's talk about how the education system failed us as women by not teaching us the crucial information that we needed to know. Because what do you mean I was taught about a locust? The body parts of a locust. Really, guys? Really? So I'm going to break down the 4 phases that women go through, the foods that are best to eat during those phases, and how we can adjust our lifestyles to align with our natural body rhythm. I genuinely never knew that our menstrual cycle is more than just our period. But luckily, because of the internet, I learned that it's an internal guide that influences our energy, moods, and productivity level, and each phase has its unique characteristics. So first up, we have the follicular phase. And my follicular phase is 14 days, and that starts the day after your period. This is when your energy starts picking up. Think of this as a fresh start phase. Your body is preparing for ovulation, estrogen levels are rising, and foods to eat during your follicular phase would be iron-rich foods like spinach, lentils, lean meats to replenish what you've lost during your period. Also healthy carbs like oats for sustained energy. Second up, we have the ovulatory phase, and this is when we're at our peak in terms of energy. Your body is at its strongest, you're most social, you're most confident because estrogen and testosterone levels are at their highest. This is also when, ladies, your man's, your husband, your boyfriend looks their hottest. And this is also when you look the hottest because your body literally wants you to make a baby. So the follicular phase and the ovulatory phase is definitely the phases where you want to make sure that you get the most work done because you have so much energy to fight off every battle that you have. The foods to eat during the follicular phase would definitely be foods that have a lot of fiber. Vegetables, fruits, seeds to support your liver in metabolizing hormones, and hydrating foods like cucumber and watermelon, and also adding cucumbers into your water. Honestly, I used to really laugh at those girls who used to put cucumbers and strawberries into their waters. I really just felt like they were showing off. But I never actually realized that when you put cucumbers into your water, it's actually, you're hydrating the water more, And cucumber is a form of hydration because I think there's sort of like water in it. Like with watermelon, there's a lot of water in it. I think it's like 90% water and all of that. So the ovulatory phase for me, it lasts for 1 day, but usually it's around 1 to 3 days, depending on the type of lady that you are. After the ovulatory phase, we move on to the luteal phase, and this is before your period. Here's when things start to slow down. And for me, my luteal phase lasts for 8 days. This is when we have mood swings, cravings, fatigue hits, because progesterone levels are rising. That egg, that baby that we're trying to make, that's the time when our bodies are saying goodbye to that beautiful egg. And this is the thing that also pisses me off because I never knew that in your luteal phase, you need to reduce your sugar intake and your alcohol intake as well as processed foods to prevent bloating and mood swings. And I really definitely do believe this is also the reason why I have severe period pains because I was not eating right, And foods that one should be eating during the luteal phase is magnesium-rich foods like dark chocolate, nuts, seeds that can help reduce and also work with the PMS. And last but not least, we have the lady of the hour, which is the menstrual phase. For me, my period lasts 4 days, but again, it differs from lady to lady. Our bodies are literally shedding the uterine line. Energy is at its lowest of all time, and this is when rest is really, really, really essential to the core. And foods to eat during your menstrual phase are warm, nutrient-dense meals like soup, stews, herbal tea, iron, vitamin C rich foods like citrus fruits, leafy green foods, lean protein to replenish lost nutrients again. So like I said, we were never taught that we aren't meant to operate like men who have a 24-hour hormonal cycle while we have a 28-day cycle, and every month our body is literally changing. Men can go every day, but we function best when we align our tasks with our cycles. So planning demanding tasks during our follicular phase and ovulatory phase, and slowing down and focusing on rest during our luteal and menstrual phase. This isn't about being weak. It's about working with our biology instead of against it. When I first learned about this, I was really frustrated because why did nobody ever tell me that food and lifestyle choices could directly impact my period pain? That's why I was always paining, because literally before my period, I'm popping bottles of alcohol, which I am not supposed to be doing. My doctor told me that eating healthy can definitely reduce period pains. So I decided to take her advice. And with the help of ChatGPT, I've been able to plan balanced meals that work within my budget. Because let's be real, healthy eating is definitely expensive, and I'm not that financially stable yet to buy the perfect meals for a perfect diet. But I found ways to make small adjustments, like swapping out processed snacks to fresh fruits, drinking more water, more herbal teas instead of sugary drinks, and adding more whole foods to my meals. The last time I remember, I had pizza, and literally after eating the pizza, I made myself a fruit salad, and instead of having like a cool drink with my pizza, I went for a freshly squeezed guava juice. You see the difference? Nyana? Yes. In an ideal world, we would definitely all get off time to rest when we needed it. And in fact, Zambia is the only country in Africa that provides period leave. The reality though is that most of us still have to show up to work, school, life, even when we feel exhausted. And since we can't change the system overnight, we have to find ways to support our bodies within the system. So definitely, if you are on your period, it's best to sleep at 8 p.m. so you sleep for a full 10 hours, and when you wake up at 6 a.m., you're definitely rejuvenated and ready for the day. That means being intentional about our schedules, listening to our energy levels, and making small lifestyle changes that help us thrive. For years, I resented my period. I hated how much pain it caused me, how much it slowed me down. But now I've realized that my body isn't actually trying to punish me. It's trying to communicate with me. The painful cramps are literally asking me, am I eating well enough? Am I resting enough? Am I taking care of myself? Am I taking the meds that I should be? Cramps are my body's way of saying, stop. We're bleeding. We need to slow down. And instead of fighting that, I'm learning to listen to that. I'm not perfect though. I still have my days where I eat junk, forget to rest, push through exhaustion, but I'm trying. And that's all that matters. And if you're watching this and you never thought about your cycle this way, this is your sign to start listening to your body. Your menstrual cycle is a superpower, not a weakness, and a moral internal compass that shows you how you should be living your life as a woman. And last but not least, ladies and gents, if you are listening to this for your girl, if you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. Have you ever tracked your cycle or tried eating according to your phases? I'd love to hear your experience, and let's continue this conversation and support each other as we learn to work with our bodies and definitely not against them.